Okay, Georgia loses the season opener, 38-35 to Clemson. Really thought Clemson played well, particularly Taj Boyd, who scored 5 touchdowns. It was a quarterback show. There's no question about that. The quarterbacks combined for about 600 yards. Aaron Murray had 323 yards, but this game was. I don't think Georgia gave it away. They certainly didn't take advantage of certain situations. And I can think of 2 specifically. One was the interception that Aaron threw, like on the 18-yard line, something like that. But really, the one that killed him was just not getting the points on the kind of chippy field goal. That cost them the game. And if you look at it, they ran all over Clemson. They had 222 yards rushing, and Clemson had 200. So I mean, Clemson definitely ran a lot better than I thought they would. But you're not going to lose a lot of games where you're running for 220 yards. And Todd Gurley just proving how much of a man he was again tonight with 155 yards. I think he would have liked to have. I know he would have liked to have had the ball more. So not great, but and then Roderick McDowell played really great for Clemson. I don't think that he won them the game, but he gave them the chance to win. I mean, so if you look at Clemson's line here, McDowell had 136. That's a lot. Taj Boyd had 270 yards. That's not unbelievable. That's plenty enough, though. And then Sammy Watkins with 127. You're not going to see a lot of days where Georgia has a back that goes for 150 and a quarterback that goes for 300 and they lose. So, I thought grand scheme of things, everybody who watches this knows that I'm not really one of a bridge jumper. So I don't really get super fired up about non-conference games. Particularly at the beginning of a season. I don't think Georgia is going to win the national championship because they've not shown that they have the ability to get over the hump. But this doesn't prevent anything from happening. I mean and people that are not Georgia people that I know, they get really angry with me about that. But it's true. Now next week. That's very, 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 very important. That is a huge game because season goals get redefined, and they can act like that's not going to be the case. But they lose to South Carolina this year, it's going to be really tough getting back to Atlanta, and so they're going to have to strap it on for the Cox for sure. I did think that there was a moment in the second quarter where Georgia kind of had the ability to put Clemson away. I know that sounds strange, but they were up a touchdown. In other words, they had broken serve, but they just could not get another field goal. They couldn't get another touchdown. That really hurt them. They had their shot right then. I think they could have really put this place to sleep. And I've come to a lot of games here, and you don't want the stadium to get going because once it gets going, they get all nuts and stuff. So, and Clemson had a very good pass rush tonight. They had 4 sacks on Aaron, and Aaron's going to eat a lot of grief over this, that he played really poorly and all this stuff. I don't know. I mean, 323 yards, 20 for 29. That's a lot. That's a lot of production right there. Just lost a game, and it happens in sports. You need to take advantage of every opportunity. Clemson didn't take advantage of every opportunity, but they took advantage of more. And I think Georgia cost itself. Let's just say at least 6 points, if not 10. And that's how you lose games. So they'll come and play a very physical South Carolina team, probably more physical than talented, I guess, or at least the talent quotient to me doesn't jump out at me the way that the physicality of South Carolina, the way they are these days. So, it's a very, 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 very important game. And, the Gators didn't look that great today. And, Georgia lost the game. So South Carolina looks like the team to beat this second. Although I do think North Carolina sucks pretty bad. So, great win for Clemson. They'll have to keep their wits about themselves the rest of the season, which they have shown the propensity not to do over time. But maybe they will this year. They play Florida State at home. They have to travel down to South Carolina to play. That'll be a tough one. But, if they go undefeated, no reason they wouldn't appear in the national championship game. But it's August, and you don't win or lose a national championship or conference championships in August. So I think a lot of people would have liked Georgia to win the game, but 38-35, tough loss. And, just going to have to do it against South Carolina next week in Athens for Dog Post This is Dean Legge signing off from Clemson.